Hello and welcome to this Insight webinar for the Xperience Academy. My name is Emma and I'm the Talent Acquisition Advisor here at Xperience. So my role is to look after the recruitment for the company. I just want to start by thanking you for tuning into this webinar today. I know I'm really looking forward to sharing more about who we are, our history, our vision, our culture and why we think we're a great place to work. And I hope that you will find this session really helpful and it might even encourage you to apply for one of our graduate or trainee roles with the Early Careers Academy programme. So what will I be covering today? So I will start with a bit of background about Xperience, show you our locations, our history and our plans to grow. I'll also give you an overview of the products and services that we offer, before coming on to our values, behaviours and culture. I believe it's really important that when you're thinking about which company you might like to work for, that you check that their values align with your own. I'll also talk to you a little bit about the different roles that we have to show you how varied they are. They're certainly not just IT technical roles. And I'll also cover the rewards and benefits that we offer. And finally, give you some top tips for good CV writing, interview skills, and advice for an online or in-person assessment centre. So where are our Xperience offices? Well, as you can see from this slide, we've actually got 5 office locations. We've got Lisbon in Northern Ireland, which was our first office. We've then got Peterborough, St Neots and Bury St Edmunds, and we've got a very small one up in Glasgow. We've currently got about 175 employees and we look after over 1,150 clients, but this is growing all the time. As an introduction to the business, if you aren't as familiar with us, Xperience provides smart solutions that provide real digital transformation in business, including cybersecurity, cloud managed IT, ERP and CRM software. So what that really means is that we go in and we help other businesses with their IT requirements, whether that's software, resolving IT technical issues, managing their cloud storage or offering cybersecurity. We essentially help other businesses become more efficient through the use of technology. So looking at the history of Xperience, well, when the company started in 1969, it was very different to how it is now. And we were originally involved in healthcare, so Xperience provided the IT equipment to process blood test results. They brought in computers to help healthcare providers get blood test results processed much quicker. We then dabbled in lots of different things and had quite a varied history, as you can see from the timeline on the screen. The first 30 to 40 years was really about working on developing the company's identity. A couple of shout outs: in 1984, Xperience built the test alarm system for the DeLorean sports car. We were also one of the first authorised resellers of the Apple I computers in the UK. And we've also had a few rebrands, a couple of different names over the years, and the timeline really does reflect us finding our identity to where we are now. The timeline hopefully shows you just how well established we are as a business. Coming into the early 2000s, this is where the cloud technology really did explode. And in 2004, we started hosting our own cloud platform. DMC was acquired in 2012, and this is now our Peterborough office. We also noticed a gap in the market for the construction industry, so we developed our own customised piece of software in ERP. And more recently on this timeline, you can see our acquisition strategy really took off with the acquisition of Green Duck in 2021 and Riverlight in 2022. We are now aiming to be the largest managed service provider in the east of England, which brings us onto our vision for the future. So we have ambitions to be the catalyst for small, medium-sized enterprises across the UK and Ireland to focus on growth through digital transformation. We want to keep ahead of the curve and want to become the largest managed service provider in the east of England. And we hope to do this in 2 ways. Organic growth means that we will leverage the relationships we have with our existing customers and by acquiring new customers as well. And inorganic growth means growth through our acquisition strategy, where we will buy complementary businesses, just like we have done with the businesses in Bury St Edmunds and St Neots. And we will try to bring more small businesses under our umbrella. Our vision is to have a turnover of £40 million by 2025. So in order to achieve this goal, we're always on the lookout for new talent to come and join the business. In terms of our pillars, we have 4 main areas of the services that we provide to our clients. So cybersecurity, this is things such as ethical hacking, where we identify gaps in a client system and then we offer the services to protect their business. ERP and CRM, if you aren't aware with these softwares, ERP is very much used for financing, invoicing and pricing, whereas a CRM system is used for keeping track of clients. We've also got cloud and IT services, so smaller businesses, for example, might not have IT expertise in-house, and they will come and use our services for managing their IT, laptops, printers, networks, etc. Because we offer such a wide range of services, we partner with lots of the big names in IT. For example, we're a gold level partner with Microsoft, and these partnerships that are on screen now are a sign of the trust and endorsement from these companies. Although we're an IT company with lots of technical experts, we have a lot of different roles. Our commercial team is responsible for bringing in new business and looking after our client relationship through account managers and sales roles. We also have a marketing team who develop the employer brand. They manage our social media channels, they produce content and attend events to represent the company. We have a people team, which I'm very proud to be part of, and we look after recruitment and retention, staff wellbeing and engagement, as well as training and development. Our finance team, they look after our accounting, our budgeting and our payroll. Our cybersecurity team is made up of pen testers and security analysts, and we also employ project managers and project coordinators who help deliver projects to our clients. We have 4 main values, as you can see on the slide, and my advice is that when you're looking for a job, you should look for a company whose values match and align with your own. You really want to find somewhere where you feel you can work and be happy. So integrity for us is all about delivering excellent customer service to our clients, because we really want them to stay with us and also recommend us to others. Collaboration means that no matter where your office location is, we are all one team and we're working towards the same goal. For us, it's about helping each other, sharing knowledge and sharing your expertise. Success is about creating a happy and supportive working environment where we encourage learning and development and career progression, because we really want to help develop and retain our top talent. And finally, ambition. This really comes back to our growth plans and our vision to be the largest managed service provider in the East of England. So for me, this is probably the most important section now, and that is the Xperience culture. So culture is really about creating that supportive, nurturing, collaborative environment, which the people team work really, really hard to create. So on screen, there's just a couple of shout outs to events that we've organised, policies that we've got in place. For example, bring your pet to work. We understand that can create a really happy environment to have our four-legged friends in the workplace. We also do charity work, whether that's having a bake sale to raise some money for charity or volunteering for Cash for Kids, for example. We also have regular surveys that we send out to our employees so that we really tailor our initiatives around what our employees are saying that they would like, whether that's refurbishing the office spaces or delivering Christmas parties. We really do listen to what our employees have to say. So on the next slide, I'm actually going to show you a video of one of our offices. They're all very similar in terms of style and design, but hopefully it will give you a bit of a flavour for our office environment. We are really keen that we connect our teams in person wherever we can, and there's some photos on screen to hopefully give you a bit of a flavour for our culture. You can also have a look at our Glassdoor page to hear employee reviews, or follow us on our social media channels where we regularly post what we're getting up to. So you can see our Reboot and Wellbeing Day back in July last year. This was us to celebrate our offices being refurbished and reopening after the pandemic. We offered talks and activities on health and wellbeing initiatives. We also had an event where the Guide Dogs UK came into all of our offices as part of our De-Stress Day. That was in October last year, where we raised money for charity. We also did another charity bake sale, which was to raise money for our chosen charity Special Effect, which supports people with physical disabilities through gaming. And as you can see, we also had Northern Ireland Chest, Heart and Stroke came into our Lisbon office back in December to carry out some health checks for our employees. So health and wellbeing and looking after our staff really is at the core of our business. Up on screen at the moment are our rewards and benefits. I won't go through these one by one, but hopefully they give you again a flavour of what we offer as part of our compensation and benefits package. A little bit of a shout out probably to my favourite one, which is our 30 days annual leave. You get this on top of your bank holidays, and also you get an additional day for your birthday. So it works out really as 31 days holiday plus your bank holidays, which is really, really competitive. Fluid working, this means that there's absolutely no mandate to work from an office full time. Where we work now is very driven by what best suits the needs of our employees, our teams and our clients. So that is driven at team level. Focus on learning developments. All of our employees get access to our learning and development platform called Skillsoft. That's a day one benefit, and everybody's line manager will work with them to create a personalised development plan, and that can include proper certifications and qualifications as well. Our employee assistance programme, this is a free and confidential professional support service which is available 24/7 for all our employees for any support that they need, and that's all paid for by the company. And again, just to give a bit of a shout out, our offices are modern, comfortable, recently refurbished. They're very welcoming. You could do hot desking, there's spaces for collaboration, meetings, and somewhere just to get together with colleagues for lunch. So we're really, really proud of the benefits that we currently offer, and we are always working hard to review these and make sure that what we're offering again is exactly what our employees want and need. As a people team, we regularly issue surveys to our employees, whether that's a wellbeing survey or an engagement survey. We issue these quarterly through a platform called Culture Amp, so our employees can leave anonymous and confidential feedback, which our senior leadership team then take on board and work really, really hard to take actions from what our people are saying. So our voice is very much heard and valued. Everybody gets the chance to have their say and help improve things for the better. And we very recently did a benefits survey as well, and again that has helped us shape our compensation and benefits. So our employees really do help influence the decisions that are made here at Xperience. So the Xperience Academy is our 12-month development programme for graduates and trainees. Throughout the 12-month programme, there are a number of workshops which cover things such as managing workload, time management, resilience and mental toughness, so all those skills that you need when entering the workplace. What we like most about our graduate programme is that our graduates come into a role and a team right from the very beginning, and they have a permanent role at the end of this 12 months, provided they've met all of their milestones. So by joining a team and a role from the beginning, they really have an impact right from the start and feel embedded into an organisation. There's lots of support for everybody on the Academy programme, whether that's their direct line manager, a mentor, the fellow graduates, the HR people team, the Skillsoft learning development platform that we offer. So it's a great opportunity to kickstart your career and get into the company and have all that training and mentoring on hand that you need to really succeed.
Hi, my name is Michael, and I am a graduate client account manager at Xperience. I have a degree in business management from Queen's University, and it was probably during a final year project that I realised I wanted to work for a technology company. I actually found out about Xperience through LinkedIn, so I was having a look for graduate jobs, and there was one being advertised by Xperience for the graduate client account manager, along with a couple of others in finance roles. So the account manager one really stood out to me. It was actually an enjoyable recruitment process. It started with a phone call from one of the people team, just to have a bit of an intro and background check on yourself. Then we moved on to a group interview session, and I got to meet a few of the other students who were applying for graduate roles with Xperience. And then the final stage was an interview with my manager and one of the people from the people team. The first day was actually really fun. So I got the chance to go over to one of the offices in England in Peterborough, and I got a really cool introductory there where I got to meet all the team, and it was really well laid out. It made me feel really welcome from the start. So it was a brilliant first day to have. Yeah, there's been so much, but one of the big things is probably working with our clients and realising the IT infrastructure that they have in place, and the amount of work that actually goes into that has been really eye-opening for me. My journey with Xperience so far has been so enjoyable. All of the people are so welcoming, and they're always willing to lend a hand. If you have any questions, everyone's so eager to help, and they always say that no question's ever a silly question, just keep asking. And there's been a few fun events as well. We're going to an Ulster rugby match this Friday night. We've got the Christmas dinner coming up, and the client management team actually got the opportunity to go out for a meal one night as well. So it's been brilliant so far. So far for me, there have been two things. Firstly, it's the opportunities that you're given to progress your career and grow with the company. They're a company that are doing some incredible things at the moment, and they have a really great vision and one that I really hope to be a part of. And then for me, it's also the people here. The people are what make the experience what it is. And everyone from the CEO down to a graduate like myself, all collaborate and work together, and a title doesn't define you at this company.
So coming towards the end of this webinar now, I'm keen to give you some CV hints and tips for making your applications. So the first one I would say is always research the company that you're looking to apply for, whether that's looking at their values or looking at their employee case studies. There's always lots of information on a company's website. Keep your CV up to date. So again, throughout your career, I'd always make sure that you add your most relevant work experience on there as you go, make things a lot easier. Put your most recent experience at the very top, so that might be your degree, and then move your work experience backwards. There's always an opportunity to submit a cover letter. So again, you don't have to do this, but I think it's a really nice touch to show that you've researched the company, you've taken time to apply, and you can also give examples of when you've demonstrated the competencies in your cover letter. I would say keep some white space. So again, try not to put too much information. Your CV should be really factual. It should be easy to read. Dates, for example, should be in bold font. So again, really, really easy for a recruiter to read. The next one always goes without saying, but make sure you don't forget to put your contact details at the very top of your CV so we can actually get in touch with you. When reading a job spec, really focus on the person specification. So this is where we will set essential and desirable criteria that we would like an applicant or need an applicant to meet. Again, try to look at the essential criteria and give examples of when you have demonstrated what it is we're asking for. Make sure you get somebody to proofread your CV or your application, check for spelling and grammar, because you really, really want to make a good first impression. You can also check out LinkedIn or create your own LinkedIn accounts. Again, this is a great way to start connecting with employers and get a feel for companies that are out there. And also check out Glassdoor. There's some really good company reviews on there, again, so you can understand the company culture a little bit better. If your application is shortlisted and you've met the essential criteria for the role, you may be invited to the next stage of the recruitment process. So for us, this will be an assessment centre, and that will be then followed by a final stage interview. But these tips apply to any sort of process where you're going to meet with an interview panel or an assessment centre panel. So first of all is always be yourself. Try not to be anybody else, because we need people with varying skills and different experiences. So please do bring your true authentic self and just relax and try and give your best. I would always encourage everybody to prepare. So have some interview questions and examples ready. Make sure you know how to answer why you want to work for the company, and examples when you've demonstrated the competencies within the job description and the person specification. So that might be, give me a time when you've worked as part of a team, when you've used your communication skills, your listening skills, problem solving. There's lots of examples you can come up with, I'm sure. Don't forget to ask questions. So an interview or assessment centre should be a two-way process. So maybe come prepared with a couple of questions that you'd like to ask the company or your interview panel, and make sure that you get out of it what you need as well. I'd say review the job description. So sometimes it can be a little while between your application when you first read the job description and when you get to an interview. So make sure you refresh exactly what it is the employer is looking for. If it's an online interview, a lot of the time we actually interview online on Microsoft Teams, but try to treat it the same as you would as an in-person interview. So make sure your technology works beforehand, make sure that your camera and sound settings are all ready to go, and be in a quiet space where you won't be interrupted, so you can really give that professional feel, just like you would if you were face-to-face. And if you haven't heard of the STAR technique, I would recommend everybody has a read of this online before progressing to any interview. Typically with a competency-based interview, we are looking for people to really develop their answers. So by talking about the situation of the time that they're giving an example of, what the task at hand was, what actions were taken, and what we'd like to see is what your action was rather than a group activity, what we did. We really want to hear what you did, and then follow on with the results. So what was the outcome? What did you learn? What were your reflections? So again, have a look at the STAR technique before any interview. I think it will come in very, very handy. So we're coming towards the end of the webinar now, and I really, really hope that you have found this helpful today. Thank you again for jumping on and listening to the session. If what you've heard about Xperience excites you and you think actually you'd really like to hear a little bit more or come and work for us, I would recommend that you have a look at our social media channels. The links are all up there on the screen right now, so you can search us on LinkedIn and Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as well. So we're on all the social channels. You could also scan the QR code that's on the screen at the moment. Again, this will take you to our Xperience Academy page of our careers website, where all our vacancies will be advertised. We are going live with applications mid-February, so keep an eye. And you can also register your interest to join the mailing list as well, and then you'll be the first to hear when our applications are open. If you're listening in and you're not graduating this year, but actually you think you might like to keep in touch with us for the future, again, get your name on the mailing list and we can keep in touch with you. We'd love to hear from you going forward. So the only thing left is to say again a huge thank you for your time. Thank you for coming to listen to this webinar all about Xperience, and in particular our Xperience Academy. If you would like any more information, again you can register your interest to keep in touch, or you can email us at jobs@xperience-group.com and I'll pick up any emails from there, any questions if you'd like any further information. So thanks again and best of luck with your applications.